Jaipur via Kota.
कृपया ध्यान आपको अहमदाबाद
दिल्ली में आपका स्वागत.
Lucknow Junction.
ನಿಲ್ದಾಣದ ಕಡೆಗೆ ಹೊರಟಿರುವರೈ
Hyderabad Superfast Express পরবর্তী স্টেশন নেতাজি ভবন कृपया ध्यान दियो
We were all wrong, but I was the only one right. I hate to say it myself. I lie. I love to say it myself because nobody else says it. I was right. I told you something exciting will happen. I told you last night. These two were not even here then. Everybody else was here. I said, don't give up on this game. Don't think it's 1 versus 10 and tune out. And I kid you not, if you didn't watch this game, then you really missed one of the good ones in this tournament. Gujarat and Delhi. Delhi won the toss, batted first, struggled and doddered 230 after being 23 for 5. Did well on the back of 250-run partnerships between Aman Khan and Akshar, and then Aman Khan and Ripple Patel, right? So Aman partnering with the two Patels in Ahmedabad with 50s and getting the score up to 130 turned out to be enough. Because for Gujarat, well, it was the captain Hardik Pandya who was there till the end, but on the wrong end. But just brilliant bowling from Delhi. They were on fire trying to defend that. Nokia in the end, Ishant with one of the balls of the tournament that he bowled to get out Vijay Shankar. This match had everything except runs. It had everything else. I'm Gaurav Kapur on Cricbuzz Live. With me, Joy Bhattacharya and Michael Vaughan. I was just ramping so that they would catch their breath. Have you caught your breath?
I've caught my breath. And you know why I love this match? Because yesterday's match was also a tight, low-scoring match.
Yeah.
But that pitch was a minefield. This was not that bad a pitch.
Yeah.
This was some exceptional bowling from both sides. Exceptional bowling. First, Shami comes and does it. You know, Rashid and Noor do very well. And this side, Khalil Ahmed first, getting a bit of swing up front, swinging it both ways. And then Ishant. Oof,
Yeah.
What a performance.
Yeah. It's just, by the way, just that. Let's just talk for a second about that knuckleball.
Well, Dale Steyn's tweeted about it. He says it's the best he's seen. So brilliant. I mean, skill. And I think you look at someone like Ishant Sharma. A few years ago, he wouldn't have had that kind of delivery. He used to just run in and bowl quick and try and get the ball back into the right-handers. Now he's got that knuckleball. And the knuckleball that it kind of floated down and then it hit the pitch and it went, ooh, just went away from the batter and bowled him. But you just look at the last 4 games of IPL cricket. Super Sunday, 200 chases.
Yeah.
Then we had the low scorer last night, another low scorer tonight. It just shows you in the course of 4 matches you've seen T20 is high scoring best twice on Sunday. And on a Monday and a Tuesday we've had 2 low scores. But
2 low scores defended successfully.
Correct. It's like the drama. And all the top teams have lost over the last few days.
Yeah.
Now, all the top teams have lost. That's how close this year's. And look at Delhi. Delhi, if they'd have won the last game, which they should have won, now they'd have been on 8 points now with just a sniff. I still think they're a long way off and I can't see them making it. But, you know, the buzz in that dressing room now having defended that. So the same as last night when you see our RCB. The reason why Virat was so, you know, upbeat is because you don't often defend really low totals in T20 cricket. So you almost get more of a thrill from winning those kind of games than when you chase 220.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of win just galvanises you as a group. That was tremendous bowling.
Yeah, and that's the point, right? A win gets you 2 points, but some wins are more than other wins, right? Now you look at this. You get, and those 3 sixes, I'll give you one guess. Who from Gujarat did that? And if you've not watched the game, your first guess will be Rahul Tewatia. That was just Tewatia doing Tewatia things. Just comes in casually, hits Andrik Nokia, who bowled 3 brilliant balls. The first 3 balls were brilliant. And the next 3 balls, it doesn't matter what you bowl, because when Tewatia is going to do that, he's going to do that. Hits 3 sixes, all on the leg side. It's a bit of a mistake. You don't bowl to him there, because he loves hitting there. But he does that, which leaves Ishant 12 to defend in the last over. Now remember, they were 30 to win. 30 to win in 9 balls. You're like, this is done. They can't do it. Tewatia comes and says, wait a second. Now suddenly it's 12 in the last over. And Ishant is going, Nokia, what have you done?
Not only that, you have a win probability meter, which actually goes and, you know, keeps tracking. So it must have gone 80% Delhi to suddenly 40% Delhi when, you know, those 3 sixes I hit. Then it goes up again. And it was wildly jagging around at that point in time.
Yeah.
The Iceman wants the white cap.
The impact cap, isn't it?
He's after that. He's heard us talk about it. He's in that dressing room, so I don't care. I'm not bothered about winning the championship. I want the white cap.
Yeah.
That's what he's after.
He's going to get the white cap. And you never know. They could, just remember one thing. They may have lost this game. But the reason last night I was talking about this is because they are playing this season exactly like they played the last season. And the last season, somewhere near mid-season, they played a game against a team that was at the wrong end of the table. That's Mumbai. They almost had the game with them and they let it go. 9 in the last over, they let it go. It was when people said, is this team, this winning team getting too complacent? Which is what I said last night. If that same pattern is happening, they're due losing to a team at the bottom of the table.
So that's done now. So
Yeah.
what's your next prediction for them?
The next prediction is that
Well, they've
business
won
back to usual, right? Finals. We can only predict up till the finals.
But if you think about the chase there, the captains ended up on 59 not out.
Yeah.
They've ended up 6 wickets down and fallen short. Strategically, with the bat in hand, I thought they played it too safe.
Yeah.
In that mid-breezing, all right, the pitch was doing a little bit and you feel that you're not chasing too many, but I always feel when you're chasing a low score is try and get it in the 19th over. Don't think about the 20th over.
Yep.
Now, why leave yourself when you set off at the chase at needing 6 and halves? Why allow it to get to 12 and 13s and 14s? Try and finish off the game in the 18th or 19th over. And even when you lose a few early wickets, the rate shouldn't be allowed to go so high. And the skipper, brilliant player that he is, I thought he was a little bit pedestrian-like tonight with the bat. I like to have seen him go a bit earlier with the boundary count.
That's what the complacency I'm talking about, right? Like sometimes you just get... I'll tell you what happens is that even when I was watching the game with Virender Sehwag and Manoj Tiwari, not my imaginary friends, they are doing the other show, actually here. And I was watching the game with them, and even when Gujarat needed this 32, 33 to win with 2 overs, I think 34 to win, they were still saying, GT will do it, right? What happens is that even us sitting outside, as Michael, you said in the comm box, is that some teams who have been winning just find a way to win. When we sitting on the outside, not invested, not involved, start thinking, they'll do it. Sometimes when you're inside, that's the complacency we talk about, right? We're not talking about complacency, don't worry, that other team is nothing. It's just that belief that sometimes almost double bluffs you.
I fully agree. You could say that somebody's going to come and play a belter. But see, once you allow it to go, I think they knew you can calibrate it till about 16.
Yeah.
At 16, over 17 and 18, you have to bring it down to 12 or something below that. So it went out of control. They got it back in control, but then by that time, Ishant bowls an absolutely fantastic last over. But they lost that game in that 7 to 10 period. 7 to 10 and 10 to 15. Because those are periods you didn't lose very many wickets.
Yeah.
You didn't lose very many wickets.
Just the one?
And that's where the problem is. And see, my big problem is that I have though noticed that, even when we were in KKR, it's very difficult in your head to calibrate small chases.
Yeah.
It's very difficult. You don't know exactly at what point to press the accelerator. You think you'll go safe for a couple of more overs. A wicket falls, something happens. You say, okay, let me get a little bit more set. It's easy to go.
Do you know why? I think it's because there's a consequence to getting out.
Yeah.
When you lose a wicket, it's a consequence. Whereas if you're chasing 200, 210, you're expected to get out because you've got to be so aggressive. Almost when you're chasing a small total, the wicket that you lose, it's almost analysed. Well, did you need to play that shot? Because you were only chasing 130. Whereas if you were chasing 210 and you got out caught on the edge, everyone would go, well, it's fine because you needed 10s and 11s from the get-go, so you have to go for it. Whereas when you're chasing 130, there's that little person sits on your shoulder going, do you need to? do you need to play that shot?
Must you really now? Why are you swinging your bat?
Well, when you're chasing such a big total, that little friend on the shoulders go for it. So you completely commit to the shot because you have to. Whereas that subconsciously chasing that smallish total, this little friend just keeps going, do you really need to do that now?
I'll tell you something. Hardik, the captain, he will definitely be harsh on himself because he doesn't want to be not out and his team not win a 130 chase. This is not a kind of guy who will brush that voice off. That voice is going to have a go at him for this.
I think Jed definitely, because he has been speaking about this, saying that I want to be the finisher for my team. I want to be there for us to win matches.
Yeah.
And that's not happened this time. And you would expect with him being there, he would somehow dominate strike. Remember, even the last over, it actually was Tewatia who brought the game back.
Yeah.
It's not Hardik who brought the game back. It was Tewatia who brought
the second last over, yes, because Tewatia hit those 3 sixes. Let me just tell you what you were saying. Over 17, Kuldeep bowled it for 5 runs. over 18, Khalil has bowled it for 4 runs. I mean, that's amazing. And a wicket as well, right? So which means that it came down to over 19, and that's why it's got suspiciously close, because of those 3 sixes that Tewatia's hit. Otherwise, and here's we're talking about just taking for granted. Michael and me in the com box at the 10 over mark said that if Hardik is there in the 16th over, it's game over. So everybody's thinking that. Before this chase begins, Ahmedabad pitch, batting friendly, those kind of batters in form. Delhi on the other side, number 10. I think the odds were 101 to -1 or something, right? For Gujarat winning.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's the advantage.
Yeah, and like, he'll know himself that he didn't go hard enough soon enough. You know, he should have gone, because he's such a good player and he's got the game, he's a power hitter. But to see him finish with a strike rate of 111, you know, that's not Hardik Pandya. You know, he generally is always striking it well beyond 140.
Yeah.
And particularly when you've got the likes of Rashid Khan, you've got Mohammed Shami can hit sixes, you know, down the bottom end. You know, there are players, particularly in this era, they all can bat a bit. So you don't have to be concerned, we have to finish 5 or 6 down because there's nothing down the back end. They're all rabbits, they can't hit a ball. They can all strike you a boundary down the bottom end. So he'll know. He won't be that concerned either. You know, it's the stage of the tournament that they're still at the top. They've won plenty of games. His bowling attacks, bowling fantastic. You have the odd games where it doesn't quite come off with the bat, but they'll learn from it. I think really good size, as they did last year when they lost at this stage.
Yeah.
They'll be able to just assess this and go, come on, we won't do that again.
Yeah. I guess, and that's the thing, right? For a champion team like that. But for Delhi, geez, we talk about some wins being more than other wins. This is that win, isn't it?
Big win. I mean, I just want to go back to one thing. If you look at Khalil Ahmed has gone for over 10 in every match, economy rate of over 10 in every match he's played. He's just been really expensive. And one of the things I think Gujarat missed a trick by is they allowed him to bowl his length. When he's allowed to bowl his length, he's a very decent bowler. He gets a little movement away, gets a little movement in, bowls at, or just when there's movement is gone, he just slants it across. Nobody stepped up, stepped back. Nobody, you know, they allowed him to bowl that length continuously without trying to alter it.
It was a brilliant first over, wasn't it?
Yeah.
He set the tone with that first over.
Yeah.
And then Ishant second, absolutely.
Let's talk about Kuldeep for a second as well, because what a comeback this guy has made, right? I mean, today as well, he's just bowls that, you know, ever since he's increased his pace a bit, right, and he's come, look what he's bowled at today. He's under 4 and over, right?
One for 15 in his 4.
Yeah.
9, I mean, and bowling to someone like Hardik Pandya across all those 4 overs.
Yeah.
And Pandya, even a couple of dot balls, next ball goes out of the ground. That's the way that he plays. And that's the kind of bowler I was looking at and thinking, you know, could he have taken him on just once or twice?
Yeah.
Could he have just put a bit of damage on Kuldeep, just risked it a little bit more? But I just don't think he felt that he needed to. And that's the problem with these lower totals. Like, because you don't have to, before you know it, it builds and builds. But I just think T20 is a game that you have to play the same way. Go aggressive.
Yeah.
Go aggressive or go home.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
Chase 130.
Big or go home.
Get after them and get it chased. The first 6, all right, they lost Sahar early, but you know, it just looked like they were playing almost Test cricket. You know, we've got enough time, so we'll just give ourselves a chance to get in. Look, I'd always say, if you were chasing 210, would you bat that same way? No, you wouldn't. You go out and be ultra aggressive. No. Whatever the formation, whatever the strategy, whatever you're chasing T20, the first 6 overs for me, you go ultra aggressive. Even if you're chasing 70, the first 6 you play exactly the same way. Ultra aggressive.
We spoke about this, right? We said that if you lose 5 wickets in the power play, you're batting first, you can get to 130. But if you're chasing, if you lose 3 wickets in the power play, it's really tough to chase this. And that's exactly what's happened. I'm telling you, today we have been prophetic. I hate to say it myself, we've been prophetic, right? And it's live, so people can go and watch it. It's live. It's picking out lottery numbers tomorrow, man. That's what we should be doing. I think that would be a more lucrative profession.
Yeah, I think just call up the producers and let them know.
10%. Can you hook us up in the UK? Right? You can.
Euro lottery or the UK lottery?
One of these, anything, man. Just
I'll have a look. Because
don't name names, all right?
No,
don't give free publicity.
But you can see which has got the most kind of in the pot at the minute. So you can just go for either or.
Let's go! Ka-ching! Let's have a look at the points table and see who's ka-ching and who's potentially bankrupt. Let's have a look. Gujarat's still at the top. So, see now, everyone's played 9 games except Mumbai and Hyderabad. Now, even if Mumbai was to win theirs, they go to 10, which means that you have, and I'd like that to happen because you love that this is so tight, even though we're kind of past the halfway stage. You're loving exactly what it is right now. So Gujarat is now 12 from 9. And then there's that traffic jam at 5 wins and 4 losses. You've got teams down to number 6 which are doing that, and then Mumbai, which is kind of knocking on the door. We're just saying, in case Delhi had managed to convert.
Well, the last 3 days, all those 4 teams at the top have lost.
Yeah.
So I think on Saturday we're all thinking, there's Chennai and Rajasthan playing tomorrow, and then there's Lucknow on Monday, and then there's Gujarat on Tuesday. By the time we kind of get to midweek, they'll all be like 4 or 6 points ahead, and it'll be pretty much the final 4 almost sorted. Well, right down to even KKR could. I don't think they will, because I don't think they're playing well, but they could. You just don't know. They might go on a run.
Anything.
Hyderabad, certainly, if they win their next game, the game in hand, they get to 8. Delhi, even though they've won tonight, I can't see them winning the last 5, and I think they'll have to win the last 5. I don't think they can.
But I'll tell you what I'd love for Delhi to do. It's like there's these cycles that are going, and there's this naughty kid standing with a stick, right? Just going to poke into the wheels and just make people topple over. Yeah. Just do that a little bit. Yeah. Just mess up people's plans. Get your team together. There's a bunch of really good young Indian players there. You'd like to see them doing well as well. So it'd be nice. I'll tell you what, this year, and we thought with these last 4 games that we'll have that same rope bridge effect. When the middle it kind of just starts dangling a little bit loosely, but it's not. It's tight. It's like our bridge, man. It's concrete and cement and it's tight. You still can't tell them apart. Pick the 4 teams that qualify at your own peril right now.
Give us the league again.
All right, bring the table on. Bring the table on, I say. There it is. Come on, pick him.
I think that the top 3 will make it.
Ooh,
I think.
Interesting. So you're saying the fight is between Chennai and Bangalore?
Yeah, and I'm hoping that I actually hope the top 4 make it. Because I want MS Dhoni in the finals. Okay. That's my heart talking.
Yeah.
I have a funny feeling this Punjab team might sneak in there.
Ooh. Yeah. So Bangalore's not coming in yours, okay? And for you, Joy?
Exactly same. My head tells me the top 4 are the current top 4. I actually wouldn't mind Punjab making it. I just like the fact that they're just such an.
Sorry, I'm making a change to that. Lucknow might struggle if KL Rahul.
That's what I think.
Yeah, KL. So I think RCB and Chennai might make it. Lucknow will drop out of that top 4.
I've got So mine are Gujarat, Rajasthan, Chennai, Bangalore. I feel like Lucknow may have lost their way a little after those 2 botched chases, and with their captain not being there.
How often? What's the word in Rahul exactly?
They say it may be a hip flexor, which a director just called a hip reflexor, and I told him it's not that. Kalol, it's not a reflexor. It's a hip flexor. Yes, it may be a hip flexor, Krunal Pandya said, or it may be a quad, as Simon Dewell said. None of them, I want to issue a disclaimer, are a doctor, but that's what they've told us.
Although Quinton de Kock might suddenly make it into the side.
And captain.
Yeah, and I don't know how he didn't get into the team. I know it's hard because Mayers at the top has been very good for them, but he's world class. I reckon he gets in probably, apart from Chennai, because their opening partnerships worked, and Rajasthan, I reckon he gets in most of the teams, Quinton de Kock.
Yeah, but here's the thing, right? And we spoke about it the other day as well. Evan Lewis came in his place last year, and as soon as de Kock came, Evan Lewis, they just kept moving him around, they moved him out, and they persisted with Quinton de Kock. And obviously, right, class in this. But here he misses 2 games, Wes Mayers does well, but the incumbent doesn't come in. And Mayers just stays. So their shift in thought with de Kock, considering he's coming in red hot blazing form to this year more than last year, it's just really confused me.
The England players always say about him, he hurts you.
He
hurts you.
Yeah?
So even if he's out there for 6, he'll hurt you because he'll hit 2 or 3 boundaries.
Yeah.
He's that kind of player from pretty much ball 1. He just got that pick up, he dances down, flicks it through mid-wicket, then he cuts the ball. They say he hurts them. Dangerous.
All right, which brings us quite cleanly into the 2 games that are happening tomorrow. That's right. 2 games. It was not supposed to be like that. I didn't have it marked in my calendar like that. I had things to do in the afternoon, like take a nap. But now I'll have to do it here at work, just like everybody else here at Cricbuzz. But I'm up for it. So Lucknow and Chennai, both will be up for it as well, because they're both coming from just a wee bit of pain, Joy. Just a wee bit of pain. Some points to
Yeah, I think both of them are just, shaken up a bit and they need a win. Whoever gets a win will be slightly more reassured. You go on to that 6-win place, slightly higher up there.
Yeah.
6-3 looks better than 5 and, 5-4, 6-4 looks better than 5-4. So I think it's
6-4 looks better than 5-5.
Yeah. 5-5, it definitely looks much
Yeah, because it'll be 5-5. The team that loses, it'll be 5 wins, 5 losses. The team that wins will be 6-4.
I think it's a big one because this is now, tomorrow is when those 5 bunched up there will settle out. Something will happen there.
Yeah. Let's have a look at the Lucknow squad. Captain, of course, looks like will not be playing tomorrow. If Quinny does come in whose place do you bring him in?
Look, if you look at this lineup, my guess is the only way to do this is, but they've lost Jaydev Unadkat as well. You bring back Avesh Khan and you basically drop.
They'll play one spinner less, obviously, because they played one spinner extra in Lucknow.
This is where they're playing.
Oh, sorry, it's in Lucknow. Sorry, it's not Chennai. Sorry, it is Lucknow. My mistake. So they'll play that spinner.
No, my sense is...
Will it be on that same pitch? I hope they played on the red soil and not the black soil.
I think they won't play it on a pitch which is so slow. My sense is, whatever happens, Avesh Khan comes in for Naveen ul Haq, replaces him, so that opens up the foreign player slot so Rahul can be replaced by De Kock.
Yeah, they're not. That's
Hey, but that'll be. I feel really bad because I think that Naveen should play tomorrow because he lost half his match fee for the last game.
Your concern is very touchy.
Poor guys. It's taken a fiscal hit.
Yeah. At least in my time at KKR, no player paid any match fees, fines. All of them were taken care of by the team. Most franchisees are like that. They just look after. You think Sachin Tendulkar will ever pay a fine in his life, or Rohit Sharma? It doesn't happen.
They don't pay that.
No, the whole point is what happens is a player. Suppose it's an over-rate fine. They're saying, I'm trying to win a game for my team. I'm trying out there and discussing.
Doing it for the country. Come on.
I've always wondered, fines, where does it go?
Goes to the BCCI.
And they just keep it in their coffers?
Yeah.
Do they have a charity foundation that they kind of...
Probably goes to state cricket, underage cricket, I was saying. In age group cricket. Probably goes there. But I'm just thinking, if I was to do something objectionable, just hypothetical, if I was to do something objectionable here at Cricbuzz Live, would they pay the fine? Where did everybody go?
Nobody's in a year. Nobody's saying anything. I just want you to know, Gaurav.
It just got deathly quiet here.
Yes.
Everybody ran.
The producers
Cricket's
left the studio.
chirping.
The producers left the studio. I just heard. I can hear the car starting out there.
Oh, there they go. Crickets are chirping. But let's go back to chirping about cricket. But for Lucknow, you would see perhaps that would happen. You get an Indian bowler in for the foreign bowler, which allows you to get Quinton de Kock in for the Indian batter. That's KL Rahul, because they do need a wicket. No, they don't need a wicket keeper because they have Nicholas Pooran. So Pooran will probably Pooran could captain as well, by the way.
Yeah,
that's what
I think he could.
But I think given what's happened, I think they need an international batsman to replace Rahul.
Okay.
That middle order hasn't been done great, and if you can get him in, if you can get Quinny in, it changes the team totally.
Let's come back again. They have Manan Vora. What is the other Indian batter that they have over there? Let's come back and see. They don't have another Indian batter. Let's just see besides
Prerak Mankad also can bat. Prerak Mankad can also bat.
Oh, there you go. He came on to field the other day. Prerak Mankad, but you don't want to throw him in the...
That means that he's not an opener. I mean, he bats more in the middle.
Depends on the pitch. I mean, Naveen ul Haq slow balls are very, very good on, if it is going to be a bit crusty and a little bit a low scorer, they could just give Mayers a game off and put Quinny at the top of the order.
Interesting.
He's had a good IPL, but sometimes a player just needs a breather. A little bit of a breather.
Yeah.
Quinton de Kock has to play, surely.
You're playing against Chennai. If you're going to keep it low and slow, they like the low and slow, don't they? Because they've got the people to play low and slow. They've got Tikshana in form. They've got Ravindra Jadeja, the bowler, Moeen Ali. They've also got Mitchell Santner sitting on the bench. Mitchell Santner likes the low and slow as well. That could he come in, do you think? Hey, listen, if anybody can bowl, we've seen Knight Riders bowl over 14, 15 overs of spin. MS could do that as well. He could get in Santner, keep Moeen for 2 overs, bowl Santner, Tikshana and Ravindra Jadeja. You could have a lot of spin if it's happening on the same black soil wicket. You could get him in place of Pathirana.
Yeah, Pathirana is the only chance to change. But I think they like Pathirana because he gives them a little bit which is different.
Yeah.
And he's difficult to whack because of his action. So I think they like Pathirana.
I thought he bowled pretty well.
I know you're doing it for the sake that, we need to talk about the Chennai team changing, but it's not going to change. Why are we discussing it?
It's just words, We just have to fill up. We have to fill up the
Quota,
airtime just a little bit.
I thought Pathirana against Punjab was pretty good.
Yeah, he was.
I think he went at 8s. Yeah. Deshpande was the one that he had that over against. All right, he got Livingston out, but he got hit as well. Look, they're not going to change. They never do.
We basically just it's like trying to hold your ear like this, right? Just the long way around. The quick answer is Chennai going to make any changes? No. Moving on to the next team, the next two teams in the next game. Which one is this? I'm very just distraught that there's two.
Again, 2, 5 and 4 teams.
It's disrupted my schedule. Yeah, but Punjab and Mumbai tomorrow, and it's happening in Mohali. What's the score going to be? 240, 250, 260? Hey!
I think Punjab will be. I've not read anything or heard from Liam Livingstone, but he had that side problem.
Yeah.
When he seemed to be striking it all right, a few sixes on the back of it, but if he has torn something in that side,
then he won't be in the side.
He might do a faff.
Correct. Sit out the fielding.
Yeah.
Sit out the fielding, come in for the batting.
He may do something like that because they'll be desperate to keep him in the side because he's just found that hitting kind of range in the last couple of games. I don't think they'll change too much if everyone else is fit because they're on the back of a very, very good win.
Yeah.
So winning Chennai and the way that they did it, chasing that big total, was exceptional. Rabada's not quite found his best form yet. He's only 2 games in.
Yeah.
So they'll want to give him another game, to make sure that they, towards the back end of the tournament, he's back in form. The only way he gets in form is by playing. So they'll want to give him a run of games in the side.
Yeah, but this track again is going to be the same. Mohali come and it's a buffet for the batters.
It's a buffet for the batters, and Mohali suits the kind of batters Punjab has as well. So look, they went and they beat Mumbai in Mumbai. Arshdeep getting those wickets, breaking the stumps and all that. So it'll be a bit of a, there's a bit of an edge to this match. I think the last time when the way Punjab won and in Mumbai's home ground sort of halted their sort of series of wins, I think they'll want to pay back the privilege. So, it should be an interesting match.
I think it'll be interesting with Mumbai as well because if it's a batter-friendly pitch and if you can get in first and if you have a chance of batting the opposition out of the game like Lucknow did with Punjab, Mumbai, of course, much stronger, much more complete batting unit than a bowling unit, right?
Yeah, but I think because of that, they'll want to chase. I think, I completely get where you're coming, and my school of thought would be to do that, get a load of runs on the board. But on the back of them just chasing against Rajasthan and chasing well, I think they'll want to do it again.
Fair.
And I'm interested to see how Tim David goes because he was great. 45 off 14 balls.
Yeah.
Just a few. Kieran Pollard, he's been kind of talked of as the Pollard replacement, but Pollard did it every game, didn't he? He used to just always produce. Davies just done it once. Can he do it again?
And he would also, the other thing that Pollard added was just that frustrating bowling that he used to do. It's just that the action and is the ball reaching me? Is it not? Where is it?
And sometimes he used to bowl, 2 feet behind the crease. So he's changed that all the time.
Just such a clever T20 bowler. I mean, and he and Bravo are best friends, so probably learning from him as well, some tricks of the trade, but really good.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's the thing. What he said, that this is a very powerful batting unit.
Yeah.
But this bowling is looking a bit better. I thought Cameron Green bowled better in the last match. And I think somewhere Jofra is beginning to tick. He's beginning to get something there, And Jofra is so vital to their performance. If Jofra gets a good spell up front. So last match he bowled well, didn't get the wickets.
Yeah.
If this time he starts getting wickets up front in the first couple of overs, it's a very different Jofra because he's also a guy who sort of thrives off his own bowling.
I think we'll know a lot about Jofra tomorrow. First of all, he has to play. He bowled. I thought he bowled terrific. Just a couple of days ago, to back that up again tomorrow. So 3 days rest, he bowls again, another 4 overs. Can he bowl to that 145, 148 kilometres an hour? He bowled a good few slow balls. I actually thought he got a bit unlucky with a few of the boundaries that went off his bowling, but it's a great sight when you're seeing Jofra Archer running in and bowl quick and get a bit angry.
Yeah.
He's such a nice guy. I like him when he's got a bit of a point to prove and he's trying to almost prove a few people, right? It's people on Twitter, the media, I don't care who he's trying to prove a point to. He's always better when he's got that kind of bit between his teeth. So hopefully he can continue bowling with that pace. It's I know there's a lot of England fans back home already saying, "Oh, well, can he do that in the Ashes in the summer?" I wouldn't even look that far.
Yeah,
just play game by game, and if
Easy now.
he's at the end of the IPL and he's still fit and that elbow's fine, we know we can then take him back home in the UK and try and wrap him up in cotton wool and maybe give him a couple of test matches against the Aussies. But I honestly think that's a long shot at this stage when he's already had a trip to Belgium to have a look at the elbow. I think just playing 4 overs at a time, getting through that, if he can continue and bowl at that pace, I think we're on to something. But we shouldn't really be looking at Test cricket just yet.
Yeah, easy now. One step at a time. He went to Belgium for surgery. Is he now the muscles from Brussels? Stop it. Stop it.
They encourage you. They encourage you in the dressing room.
They do.
In the studios.
Yeah. They've all left, by the way. Ever since I asked them to pay my fines, they're gone. I sent them a traffic challan as well. So I just skipped a red light. All right, let's see who it's going to be red and green for tomorrow. Let's have a look at the points table again, just to show you where Punjab and Mumbai are and how important this is for them. Of course, Mumbai has the game in hand. So if they win tomorrow, they also go up to 10 points, which means they go to 5 and 4. But for Punjab, it'll become 5 and 5 in their 10 games. So that loss will affect them adversely as well. It's exciting. I'm telling you, both these games are exciting. I'm trying to get excited about the fact that there are 2 games because it was supposed to be 1. I've just been told there are 2, which has disrupted my plans greatly. But if there were any 2 games that I would like to see on a double header, it's these 2.
Liar.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. It's true. All right, I'll tell you another thing, and you tell me whether it's a lie or the truth, that I do know the answer to this Joy Factor question.
Okay, when the Cricbuzz panelist made his test debut, the player of the match was another Cricbuzz panelist. When the former made his ODI debut, the first player he helped dismiss is another Cricbuzz regular. Name all 3. Oh, come on, Michael. Start guessing. Come on, let's see.
Sean Pollock involved?
No, but there's one other international star who's involved. I don't
Simon Dewell?
No.
I'll tell you.
Me?
Huh?
It's me, is it?
Of course
It's you. It's you.
Now, somebody got you. Somebody's first
But
stumping was you.
Unfortunately, you at the receiving end of this because you got out.
Stumping?
Yeah.
How dare I leave my crease?
I'll give you...
You used to play spin very well. I don't know what happened.
What am I doing?
I'll give you a clue. Right? The clue is Karthik.
So that was...
Go for it.
Dennis Karthik. That was... Oh, tell me. What year was it?
I'll give you another clue. The answer is Karthik calling Karthik.
Okay, that's perfect.
Yeah.
So Dinesh Karthik, when he made his test debut, the man who was the man of the match was Murli Karthik, got those 6 wickets.
Yep.
When he played his first one-day international, making his debut, you got him, Karthik got you stumped.
So there
No,
you
no,
go.
Karthik.
Those were the 3. It was Michael Vaughan who's sitting right here and Karthik calling Karthik. That was the answer. And let's see who got it in correct the first. Let's have a look. See, Austin Dicunia.
Nice.
Well done. Well done, Austin.
And you can
You're named after a classic car. Well done. Pant Kohli Bhogle.
You can make out who he likes in international.
Wow. All right.
No GK there. I'm just putting it out there.
That was a good question.
That was a good question.
Good question.
But I don't think he was the first person who got the answer. We're changing it, right? Somebody else? Okay, fine. It's quite ironic, though, that the answer is 3 people and his Twitter handle is 3 people.
True.
Makes me a little suspicious.
Yeah, there is this. Yeah, there's something happening here, dude. I don't know.
Are you sure these are not other tabs you have open on your life? I demand an audit.
No,
I demand an audit.
No, you're not seeing my phone.
Check his phone right now.
You're not seeing my phone.
Oh, yeah, that's true, actually. Considering his phone is on at most times during the show, I shouldn't check his phone. All right, well, that's all we have time for. Is that it? It's time to go? It is. Yeah, we're done. We're done. In the words of Jeffrey Boycott, we're done. It's time for us to get out of here. We, of course, will be back tomorrow at not 7, but at 3.
Somebody's very unhappy.
I don't take well to sudden change of plans. I just look instinctive. I'm very planned and thought out and meticulous. So we'll see you here tomorrow at 3 p.m. Well, you'll see somebody here at 3 p.m. tomorrow on Cricbuzz Live. So do join us then. I know it's the middle of the week. You may be at office or in school which is more of a reason for us for you to join us because it's so boring there, isn't it? So do join us then in English and in Hindi. This is the show. I'll be here. Come here. Big thank you to Joy Bhattacharya and Michael Vaughan. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you very much. Anything else you want to say, Pooja, before we sign off? It's quite early today. Oh, are you leaving tonight?
I'm gone. I'm coming back. I'm coming back for the finals.
All right.
I'm just nipping back for the cold couple of weeks. Coronation as well at the weekend.
Are you involved?
I'm not involved, but we have a 3-day party.
Can I be involved?
Yeah.
I want to do something. I want to go there, and when he's crowned king, I want to be the guy who stands with the apple on his head, which the king has to shoot. Is that still part of the ceremony?
Wait. That's William Tell, isn't that? That's Switzerland.
Yeah. Is it not part of the ceremony anymore?
No, it's not.
I think Prince Harry's the one with the arrow.
He's the one with the spear gun.
But remember, there's a good reason to celebrate for the coronation party. The last coronation party was 70 years back.
Jeez, it was black and white.
1953, that was when the last coronation happened, Queen Elizabeth II.
Lord, man, she stuck around, huh?
Yes, stick around.
She had a good knock.
Huh? She had a really good knock. That was a long innings. I just want to say that if you guys want to carry on, we're just going to chat about UK politics for a while. If you want to stay, you're most welcome. Tell me about the House of Commons. Or tell me about the House of Lords, which is Shardul Thakur's house. Hey! All right, time for us to go. Actually, time for us to go because they only paid us till 11:45 and it is 11:45. So I'm out of here. Goodbye. Take the mic. I'm done. Just take
Jaipur via Kota.
कृपया ध्यान आपको अहमदाबाद
दिल्ली में आपका स्वागत
Lucknow Junction.
ನಿಲ್ದಾಣದ ಕಡೆಗೆ ಹೊರಟಿರುವರೈ
Hyderabad को 50 एक्सप्रेस
পরবর্তী স্টেশন নেতাজি ভবন। कृपया ध्यान दो